Good morning, boys and girls. Hopefully everybody is doing good, enjoying the cool weather. Up here in northwest Missouri Hill Country, we got down to 45 degrees last night. Kind of chilly, but it felt kind of nice. Well, today I am going to tackle the manifold that I broke moving the trees around here about a month ago in the video y'all got to see. Here's what happened. This is supposed to have a flange on it. It is now broke off down in the exhaust pipe. So basically what I've got to do, get my light set up here. So alrighty, got to drop the alternator back off to clearance removal of the old manifold and installing the new manifold. So get the alternator pulled back, get the carburetor dropped off, this hose off. That's air intake, goes up to the air cleaner up here. Fuel line, should be enough movement there. I don't have to take that off. If I do, I'll just have to take it off here. Not a big deal. The governor linkage, throttle and choke linkage, that I shouldn't have to mess with those. And it's really pretty basic. And you've got 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I did go ahead and I sprayed those down with PB Blaster, not sponsored, but used my 1/2-inch ratchet. They came right loose, so it wasn't any big deal. I was kind of concerned that it was going to pull the studs out or maybe break the studs, but they appear to be 1/2-inch studs, so they're pretty tough. Ford kind of did it right. This is based off the old Model A engine, so Model T, Model A in that era. This is a 46 Ford chew-in. Got pretty much all the tools I'm going to need laid out. Remember, I was a mechanic since I started when I was about 9. I'm in my late 60s, so I kind of got an idea how things go together. There's the new parts. New manifold, gaskets, everything I need. You can get these things on Amazon dirt cheap. I think I paid like 85 bucks for that manifold, which is the intake and exhaust manifold. The flange, if you look at that, that's how it's supposed to look. It's not supposed to be broke off up here like the other one is. So yeah, that was a boo-boo on my end. But looking at it and kind of doing a little inspection on it, the metal was real thin here. So I expect, you know, this thing's 80 years old. It probably has lost a lot of material because it's real thin compared to the new one. So yeah, it was just partially wear and tear, had weakened it. But when I got that tree limb hung up on it, on the muffler back here, it just kind of stressed it that way, and it just went, popped off. But we'll get it back together. I do notice I have a little bit of a, looks like maybe a valve cover leaking. This is the valve cover back in here. When I have this manifold off, I may tighten those bolts up a little bit. I'm not too worried about it. You know, it's 80 years old. I'm not, it's no show tractor, as you can see. It's just, it's an old beater to blade snow, plow the garden, stuff like that. Everything pretty well works on it. Clutch sticks every now and then. Went to pull it out of the shed and it took off when I put it in reverse, so it took me a few times of jacking with it, but I got her freed up. But I'm going to go ahead and start working on this. This may end up being a 2-part video because for some reason I cannot get this camera to record more than 33 minutes, and then it shuts off. I have tried everything. It's a Samsung S8. It's old. Actually, it's a phone. But it does great video. You can pause. A lot of neat things you can do with it. I do have an editing program, but I don't edit anything. I just put it all together and send it to you guys. But be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll go here for a while and see how far we get in about 30 minutes. And then I'll maybe pause it and see if I can't continue recording. But I don't know. Who knows? Well, I'm going to get you guys set up over here. How's that? Grab you a cup of coffee. It's 10:30 in the morning. Grab a beer if you want. I drink water and coffee. My John Deere koozie. It sucks I can't have my music going. Got a good classic rock station somewhere up this way. I don't even know where it comes out of. I've never heard. But, alright. Let's see what we can do here. I already loosened this hose up. Because I knew it had to come off. Fold her out of the way there. Probably next, I think I'll get that alternator swung out of the way. Matco. I've got a drop light, but I don't use it. Yeehaw. Well, I already got grease all over my dang hands. Well, how the heck I did that already? Little pan to fill my bolts in. Magnetic. Well, I might as well wipe this grease off here. I know where I got my grease at. That looks tight. Thought that lower clamping bracket wouldn't have to be moved. I guess I was wrong. Well, thought I had all my tools out. Now maybe we can move along a little better. Unexpected. Didn't figure I had to move this that much. It's always something though. Alrighty, that's out of the way. It's always something. No washers, that's weird. It's almost as much fun as watching paint dry, isn't it? So the septic tank, that project is gonna probably sit for a little bit. Don't know. Got enough other projects that I really ought to maybe work on them, get some stuff caught up. We'll see how it goes. I would use air tools, but it's too noisy. And I'm not in a hurry. Not trying to do this to beat time at work or anything. I don't even see a washer on these intake bolts. Maybe washers weren't invented till after 46. Who knows? Who knows? Strange. Well, the nut don't want to come out of the socket. What in the heck? Weird. These nuts are brass. That's why they weren't stuck. That's kind of wild. I never expected that. Well, let's see if this booger comes loose or if it's glued on. It moved. Now, can I get around the linkage here for the governor? Let's see. Nope. Alright. All you gotta do, there's a little, you just slide the outer housing, and it's spring loaded, so not a big deal. Just lay it out of the way. Voila. Whew. I'll bring you in close, man. This baby, these gaskets were wore slick. Man. That one's broke clear out. Up here, they were all in pretty sad shape. Huh. Crazy. Alrighty. Basically, I'm going to take a gasket scraper, scrape these off after I pull them off of here. Hopefully. That cylinder there looks like it's got a valve seal probably leaking. See that oil there? No big deal. I am not the least bit concerned about that on this whole thing. One dead gasket. Get you guys a little better light here. Anybody else got a project like this they're in the middle of? Whether it's a lawnmower, tractor, wife's car. These boogers are a little tough. Just have to get mean with them, I guess. Alrighty, I'm gonna pause you guys while I clean all this. That's gonna be boring. And I'm gonna check these valve cover gaskets, so make sure these bolts are tight here. Not a big deal. Alrighty, be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. That didn't take long. About 8 or 10 minutes. Just cleaned off the surfaces real good. Got the new gaskets ready to go. So I'll slide this new intake up on there and we'll start putting it back together. Enjoy the view. Brand new. This thing weighs about probably 25 pounds. It's fairly heavy. Heavier than you would think. It's always nice when the light falls down and gets right in your eyes. I'll start one or two of these by hand and then I'll use the socket to get the other ones going. And I don't know what the torque specs are on these. I have a book up there, but I imagine it's probably around 28 to 30 pounds, but it might even be as high as 40, 42. I'm not worried about it though. My book torque spec is tight. You know, if the stud breaks, you went too far. I know that. These are 5/8. At least it doesn't say made in China on this manifold. That's a good thing. Click. Click. It's my built-in torque wrench in my elbow. Click. Man, it's perfect every time. Click. 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 Bazinga! Alrighty, well let's get this carburetor put back up here. Yeah, the old gasket looked pretty good. New one looks better though. Make sure it fits and the throttle plate doesn't hit it. Nope. Butterfly don't hit it, it's good. I still can't believe there's no washers. Oh well. Very strange. Boy, this thing's a greasy mess. Oh, I did tighten up the valve cover nuts, just so you all know. Don't know if it really needed it or not. They didn't really seem to be too loose. I'm sure those gaskets are shot. But luckily, when I ordered this manifold, they sent me 2 sets of gaskets so I can, when I do decide to replace valve cover gaskets, if I do, I'll have gaskets to replace this manifold gasket. Again, no big deal. Alrighty, that's on. Now this could be interesting. Sometimes these are a little bit of a booger on these older governor links. Sometimes they go right back together. Sometimes they fight you tooth and nail, man. Hey, not bad. I like that. So, carburetor's back on. Manifold's on. This air intake tube, I'm not going to put it back on until I get the exhaust hooked back up. Alternator, pretty basic. It's got 2 bolts. One bolt that goes through the bottom of it, in the top, and then the belt. I'll get it set back up here, and then I'll probably call it good, because I don't know if y'all want to, excuse me, pretty boring. I'll at least get it started here. And the way I do these is it's got a, this bracket is funky. It's got a plate on the back, a plate on the front, and then it goes through a fairly deep hole on this alternator, and it has to be perfect before it'll go through. They're kind of a pain, but not a pain, if that makes sense. But sorry you can't see, but I don't know why this light always has to fall point straight in your eyes, but it does. Just the way it is. Just the way it is, boys and girls. I'll get this alternator going back on here, then I'll pause you guys. Wrong socket. We'll grab the pry bar, get that alternator tightened up good. Hey, you smashed my finger. Oh well. Getting hard to judge size of the bolts and stuff anymore after